Dun da da da! Hi there, it's your old pal Charity. I just wanted to let you know beforehand that this episode was recorded before new information about Kingdom Hearts' missing link was made available, so it might be a bit outdated. Still, enjoy the podcast.
What the heck? Okay.
I told you to not be scared. Oh, cold open. Let's go.
Okay.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Guiding Keys podcast. I am Master Latrix. I am joined once again by Dallin1016, Iron Clark, Phoenix Burst, and we have a guest today, Prodigy. Say hi.
I feel like you almost said the full name.
It was
Hi everyone, how's it going? My name is Prodigy. I make Kingdom Hearts videos, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my whole personality, to be honest.
Dude, same.
Same.
I mean, I got a little bit more, but let's be honest, it's mainly Kingdom Hearts.
I guess I do have a crippling Valorant addiction, but I mean...
Oh,
Oh,
really
yeah,
a
that
Kingdom
is
Hearts
crippling, in
podcast.
fact, yeah.
I mean, I could define my entire personality in one word, and that word is sound.
But unfortunately, this episode is not how do we put Sora in Valorant. That's a future episode. This
Maybe.
episode is all about Prodigy.
Or, whatever he wants to talk about.
Well,
a 6-hour essay on how to give Sora a gun.
This is
Put him in
the
Valorant.
part where we put Prodigy on the spot and have him start the dialogue and just kind of say, all right, you have the floor and go.
okay.
So let's be easier here. All right, so what made you want to start making Kingdom Hearts YouTube videos? What set you on this path of Nomura's crazy ride?
All right. There's a long-winded answer to this, but I will try to summarize it as I'm used to. So this actually is not my first YouTube channel. I'm 22, and I first created a YouTube channel when I was like 13, 12, something like that, and it was a Minecraft channel. I used to come home every day after school, watch Minecraft videos like most kids my age back then. And I was like, you know what? I want to do that too. So I begged my mom to let me download Minecraft on the PC, and I downloaded Bandicam and I started recording videos. And I was recording Minecraft videos for about a year with a couple of friends I made through Minecraft servers and whatnot before I realized, I don't like Minecraft as much as I thought I did. I mean, I still love it a lot, but not enough to make content on it. Because I always wanted to write stories. If I wasn't a content creator, I'd try to pursue a writing career. Books or shows, whatever, that sort of thing. Probably books when I was younger, but that
Erotic
eventually
I mean, that's
that kind of just transitioned into me becoming a content creator, and the philosophy behind doing Kingdom Hearts for content was simply, what can I talk about nonstop without getting tired of? And Kingdom Hearts is right there. So, I grew up with Kingdom Hearts. Was one of my favorite games growing up. And I don't know, I just kind of kept doing it. I haven't got bored of it yet. It's still very fun. I still love Kingdom Hearts. I love most aspects about the series. It's just it's deeply rooted into me. But my reason for doing content creation in general, I'd say, not only because I like writing, I wanted to become a writer, so I enjoy the process of writing scripts. It's probably the funnest part of a video for me, writing the script for it. But it's also, I guess, I don't know, I wanted to give people something to look forward to. I wanted to kind of throw my recipe into the pie a little bit. I don't know. I grew up in kind of a tough household a little bit, so games and wrestling especially were something I often look forward to, just kind of distractions from whatever was going on in the house or at school. and I don't know. I guess I kind of just want to do that too. So Kingdom Hearts for now, and whatever it ends up turning into after Kingdom Hearts, I probably do plan on. Well, I have a little bit already. I plan on pursuing writing a little bit more in the future, but that's my little spiel on that.
All right.
I mean, that's fair. One, it makes me feel incredibly old, being 28 and being like, man, I was much older when I started figuring out the whole Minecraft YouTuber thing. God, I feel old. Got my cane out and everything. Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Nah, it's all good.
Hey, I just got shocked to find out that I'm older than you too. So I'm 24.
Clark's next weapon is going to be a cane.
Oh God,
Oh my God.
I need it. Oh, so back in my day, when my first Kingdom, so what was your first Kingdom Hearts game? Like, did you start off at the beginning of the series, or did you did?
Well, kind of, sort of. It's like obviously I was born when Kingdom Hearts 1 came out, so like I can only like understand so much. So I did not play the series like the second it came out, but I did play Kingdom Hearts 1 in like 2004 or 5. It was one of like my introductory video games. When my parents finally let me play the PS2, my parents kind of like, we had a PS2 already when I was growing up, but my parents wouldn't let me play it because it was like for my dad. My dad had the PS2, and my mom just gave me her SNES, so that's how I first started playing games. But when I was finally able to play the PS2, we would like kind of sit down like early on, sit in the family room and play games, and one of those games was Kingdom Hearts 1. And that was my first impression of the series. But funny enough, I would not beat Kingdom Hearts 1 for like 5 years because I moved around a lot as a kid, military family. So we moved like every 1 or 2 years, and very, very often I would like lose the memory card and restart Kingdom Hearts all over again. Because when you're a kid, you move from game to game. You're not like, I don't know, if you have a couple of games, you're not really dedicated to one. So I would always switch and swap every time something got hard or difficult. I'm like, this guard armor's too difficult. I'm gonna switch over to, I don't know, Jack and Daxter or something. Like that's often what I did. So it took me a long time to actually beat Kingdom Hearts 1, and that wouldn't happen until around 2009. And then when I beat Kingdom Hearts 1, the rest kind of just fell like dominoes. I went from 1 to then 2, and then BBS, and just, I don't know, just knocked them all down over time.
Yeah, no, I'm the same. I didn't beat Kingdom Hearts 1 until like 2017 or something. It took a while.
All right, World of Chaos is harder than yours. All right.
I mean, my friend was stuck on Dragon Maleficent until like just a couple of years ago.
Everybody got stuck on Dragon Maleficent though.
Yeah. And then it was like, oh, I didn't even realize you can get up on his back. It was like Phil wasn't there. He couldn't tell us.
I don't know how many people in here.
Oh my God.
I don't know how many people in here have experienced Vanilla Kingdom Hearts 1, like on the PS2.
Oh.
Yeah,
I still have my copy.
Yeah.
But if you beat like the old version of KH1 all the way through, and it was like difficult, like Riku Ansem, and then watching that entire cutscene every single time. There's no way you're taking Kairi's heart. Like I that is ingrained in my brain. How many times I saw that cutscene replayed every single time. I was stuck on that fight for like a week as a kid.
Sometimes when I close my eyes, I still see it playing through in my head.
The Olympia Keyblade, that's why I had equipped, and Riku just, I don't know, sort of just like saving himself before Riku strikes him.
That sound of Donald hitting the magic barrier and the little... Anything.
His eye, Ansem.
Sometimes I forget to count sheep at night, so I just count Dark Rikus instead.
You can only count up to 13 though, because
Yeah.
So what's everyone's favorite Kingdom Hearts game in here?
oh boy, all right. So we kind of went over this in episode 5, I believe it was. Four, episode 4. Thank you, Clark. I'll go ahead and reiterate. So for me personally, I like the stories of all of them. So for me, it really comes down to like gameplay, and I guess it's hard to like define because there's like two different styles of Kingdom Hearts gameplay, other than like Chain of Memories, which is kind of its own thing. But I would say out of like the main series, like 1, 2, and 3, personally, my favorite's 3. I know a lot of people will disagree and say 2. I just like the combat in 3 a little bit more, specifically after Rewind. But out of the non-traditional games, like the command deck games, it's probably Dream Drop Distance, because that one's just got so many options for you to work with. But that's just me.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm very much of the same. I love all of the games. My favorite cop-out answer is my favorite game is going to be the next one that comes out, and will always be. But 3, I really enjoyed 3 a lot. And Dream Drop it has one of my favorite Keyblades, which is Dive Wing.
That
Top
would be
tier, S
great.
tier.
That was a good one.
But yeah, it's I don't know. I just really enjoyed it a lot. Yeah,
we got Dream
even the
Drop
Dream
fans in
Eater
here.
song. Yeah.
I'd say
Alright.
mine is. Well, I don't know why I'm saying like it's a debate for me, but it's this 3 for me for sure. I like 3 the most.
Same.
It's mostly because I don't know. For me, 3 lived up to what I wanted, like a KH game. I guess that's like the kid
same.
fantasy king, like what I envisioned like Disney World to be like in like the future of Kingdom Hearts as a kid is like that's what 3 was for me. I mean, I'm not gonna say everything was perfect. I'm also not trying to like undermine or anything. I mean, I'm confident in my opinion on the game. It's just like it's not that they did everything the exact way I wanted, but for the most part, that the goods completely outweigh the bads for me. And for me, like Kingdom Hearts 3 has a lot of peak moments that I'd say it trumps even some of the other games for me in terms of that. Like a lot of the ending for me, a lot of those moments in the ending, like the Days Trio returning, Wayfinder Trio returning.
God, I
don't know, the whole ending sequence just in general, and that whole climax that I personally was just floored by all the way through. I don't know, it's this peak Kingdom Hearts to me. It's this peak Kingdom Hearts to me. And Remind wasn't something for me that fixed it or like anything. Remind was just a plus. It's like I already love base KH3 as much as I did, and Remind on top of that clears.
I mean, I
Kingdom
love
Hearts
getting
3
to
and
explore
Knuckles.
Scala.
My favorite part with Remind it will always be when you got the Guardians of Light against replicas.
Oh yeah.
Like really, what 3 had is the culmination. That word. It had
Culmination.
everything. Yeah, that word of everything coming together. You have everybody's like teaming up and fighting it. You know, it just everything you've experienced at this point just came to
It's the
head.
top of the mountain. It's the top of the mountain. Like you see everything: the clouds, the sun.
It was great.
It's basically just like the fan service that everybody wanted, and it's like a lot of fan service, but I love that it's fan service.
Oh yeah,
it's good.
It's because we're fans.
Anybody else have a save file just like stuck in like the breezy quarter area of Scholars? Like you can revisit it whenever.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, even the smaller parts of Kingdom Hearts 3, like the fact that what really sold me is when you walk throughout one of the worlds and there's just people going about their lives. There's NPCs.
The guests were just starting to enjoy themselves, and there's nobody there.
Yeah,
but like I gotta do your Prodigy. It's like this is what I imagined Corpse really looked like when I was a kid. You know, just I'm walking through Thebes. I see all these people. You go to the Kingdom of Corona, and there's all these people around that don't have the coronavirus. There's just so it made me feel like a kid again. Just imagine that.
Yeah, I remember. So I got Kingdom Hearts 3. It came out on a Tuesday. I got it the Monday night, from my GameStop. I played it. like I played up to like the first save point in Olympus, and then for that night, and then I came back. Then on the Thursday, I went from right before the skull boss fight in Frozen to the end of the game, which is a very large chunk of the game.
Yeah.
Dang,
Oh yeah, in one sitting, and I remember it was like past midnight when I got the epilogue scene, and I freaked out.
Oh, that's one of the best. I still think that might be one of the best, or maybe the best executed cutscene in Kingdom Hearts. It's
Which
just-
one?
Absolutely.
The epilogue, because it's like
Lushu.
The Lucia one or the
gold-
Yozora one?
The Lushu
Oh,
is
the-
the epilogue.
the
The,
Lu-
Yozora one is the secret ending.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's because, like, that was something now a few people expected. A few people, like, got lucky with their theories. Like, they were throwing at the wall, like, yeah, bro, that's Zigbar right there. But for the most part, it was a surprise. And it was, when you look back at it, it enhances every scene Zigbar was in. Every single one is just enhanced by. You could tell they planned it from like the eye zooming in and that recoded cutscene that we got in 2.5 to like those little cutscenes in Kingdom Hearts 2, those moments in Birth by Sleep. Start questioning things like him being. You're right. He is the second member of the organization. What? That seems so. You see how significant that is now, and it's. That cutscene is just perfect. Like the music in it, the reveal. It's, if I want to articulate how hyped I am for like the next saga and whatnot, that's like the cutscene you look at. That cutscene is what the next saga's groundwork.
My sister was playing through all the games herself because she hadn't gotten through all of them yet. She wanted to get ready for Cage 4. And every time I saw Zigbar or Brig on the screen, I'm like, these they knew what they were doing. It's like when you know the truth, you see all the little subliminal messages that in every cutscene he's in. It's like, why is he going for a Keyblade? Because that was his. He's just trying to get it back.
To build off of that, I remember tweeting like not that long, like maybe a month or two after KH3 came out, when everyone was talking about this like openly, like, you know, people weren't worried about spoilers anymore. But like looking at like, wait, so, you know, Zigbar is Lushu. He sees Ventus when he looks at Shion. And Birth by Sleep, but also it goes further back than that.
Yeah.
Or even the fact that now we know that Bragi was also Lushu. Or now we know that he literally was in class with Xehanorts and then met up again with him years later. You know, there's just so much to it.
There's so many layers, and that's one of the best written things in Kingdom Hearts to me. Zigbar, it's done.
I'm waiting to see who Zigbar or who Lushu's gonna be in Missing Link.
Yeah. I thought it was already like revealed.
Watch him be the main character.
Well,
Watch him be the main character.
It's kind of unclear what the situation with Brain is, because the Brain that we see at the Union Cross ending in Scala ad Kylum, I think, is the real Brain, and then I think Lushu Brain stayed in that time in the main timeline, and then will not have a new body in Missing Link.
It's hard to kind of decipher. Like, maybe I don't know if they're trying to make you believe that, you know, there's Lushu's brain, or if they're just saying, okay, that's his first vessel thing. I don't know. It's like Alan said, it's very, very unclear.
Yeah, and we really don't know what happens to the vessels once, you know, when Lushu hops the body. Like, you know, when Lushu dropped Bragi to go to the next person, to which we don't even know if that was Zigbar. But, you know, what, did Bragi wake up somewhere? You know, or is he just gone? Like, we don't know this aspect. He dead.
He might be dead.
He's probably dead now, let's be honest, but, you know.
I mean, I'll say, even before KH3 came out, I was actually talking to like a friend of mine, like maybe about a week or two before the game actually released. And I was saying, like, I think that there's more to Xigbar than they let on. Like, he's such a yes man for Xehanort, but he feels like he's got his own agenda. There's got to be more going on with him. Why would he be so willing to go along with everything that Xehanort's doing? I mean, he was the first one to become a vessel of Xehanort.
Yeah.
He's the second member of the organization, so he was the first person to join outside of Xemnas himself. So I was like, there's got to be something else going on with it. So when it was revealed that, he was Luxu, obviously I was still surprised that, like, that's who he was. But I was also kind of like, I knew it. I knew there was more to this guy.
I knew this fucker was up to something.
Because Nomura in the Birth by Sleep Ultimania, and it's crazy looking back at it now. Because I only read the Ultimanias after 3 came out, but the BBS Ultimania, when Nomura talks about Brig, he literally says that, like, or he literally alludes to him not being who he says he is, and it's kind of crazy that he just said that in an interview. And to be fair, most people will not read the Ultimanias because most of them are fan translated, and just stuck on forum sites. But it's just crazy that he even referenced that in 2010.
Fun fact: I have the full series. I have the full series Ultimania in Japanese. I can't read a word of it.
But it's pretty.
I have the KH3 Ultimania and the series Ultimania in English.
See, I know I bought the series Ultimania in Japanese before they released it in English. So after they released it in English, I'm like, yeah.
That's why I know the character files. I have the Japanese book for the character files in my closet.
Oh, nice.
I want to collect more of the Ultimanias, but they're like, I don't know. I just haven't yet. That's it.
Fair enough.
Look, Kingdom Hearts collectibles are cheap.
Oh yeah.
Books are definitely like, I mean, I'm sure their prices vary a little bit, but for the most part, they're around 40-ish a pop, and I want to collect all of them. That's a little bit check out at once.
All right, so I have a personal question for you. Because I was going to say, I first met Prodigy during a few years back. It was the Cheerithy for Charity live stream that BioRoxas and a few other people were doing. And I was giving away free Keyblade commissions as part of, like, the charity thing. And it was kind of a lottery. And
oh boy,
Prodigy got one of my designs. No, it is not about that. But I just wanted to give a little bit of a story. I just wanted to give a little bit of backstory.
Ask is where's his money?
No, it was free. I gave it away.
It was free. I said I was going to like
free with
make a video with that Keyblade in. I just never made the video for that.
No, I was not going to ask where's the video.
I was scared about that. I was like, oh man.
No. I was just talking about Keyblades because I was going to use it as a segue into I want to know what your favorite Keyblade is.
Okay.
Oh,
perfect segue, honestly.
Yeah, but I will say that the title of this episode will be "Where's the Video Product?" Just so you know.
I don't know. Maybe I did upload the video, but it was like a later idea that spanned into something else.
I
was
honestly,
like almost 1,000 videos on the channel now. So
no, don't even worry about it. That I wasn't gonna even bring that up, but I'm laughing that you did.
No, it's okay. That's the first thing that came to my mind. I don't know. I'm weird about stuff like that. I like remember those interactions. I'm like, man, I said that. Now I feel obligated to do it, and I postponed it forever. But my favorite Keyblade. I may disappoint you guys. I'm very basic with my Keyblades, but I'll give you 2 answers. There are 2. My favorite Keyblade is the Kingdom Key and Starlight.
Fair answer.
Those are very good.
Yeah.
There's good choices in my opinion.
Yeah,
Simple is good. It's easier to draw.
As a Keyblade designer who makes some of them, extremely intricate Keyblade designs, I will personally say some of my favorite Keyblades in the series are some of the most simple. Starlight is one of my favorite Keyblades. So, I feel you.
Yeah. Now, to segue off your question, what Kingdom Hearts game do you guys think has the worst Keyblades? Not the best, but the worst.
Oof.
Honestly,
like designs or like usability?
Designs.
I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna say something controversial. Kingdom Hearts 1 has some of the worst designs I've ever seen.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, they're so iconic though, so I feel like
Yeah,
They're
bad
iconic,
saying that.
yes, but at the
But yeah.
it was
All right.
it was at the beginning of the series where they
There
didn't
was a
really
lot of
know what
swinging
qualified
misses.
as a Keyblade and
Yeah.
what didn't.
A lot of them are just sticks.
Okay, but
Alright.
the endgame
Yeah.
Keyblades are cool though. Like some of the world ones are whack. Like I think Jungle King's a little whack, and I
Yeah.
think
Yeah.
I think like what else is a mid one? I think Three Wishes is kind of whack too, but I think most of their ones are alright. Like Crab Claw's cool to me at least. I think things like Lionheart are cool, but you know what? I can see what you're saying.
Alright.
I think mostly the original ones are really cool, and then the Disney ones are kind of.
I've got an answer.
I'll give you that.
What you got, Lay?
Y'all are gonna hate me for this one.
Oh boy.
Alright, let me preface this by saying they're not bad. But
That's always the worst way to start anything.
no, they're not bad designs. It's just the reason why I don't care for them as much is because none of them have any theming whatsoever, and that is all of the Days Keyblades.
That's fair. I
Ooh.
can understand that. However, we will have to ban you.
It depends on
I'm the
what type
owner.
of person you are, I think. Because, like, I know a lot of people love Days Keyblades, and it's just because of how edgy they are. Like, the side of the cage turns is
Yeah.
like the edgy early 2000s. Like, that Days is all of that for its Keyblades. But you actually had a pretty good reason for that. None of them have... I wouldn't really say any of them have any theme. They're just kind of, like, sharp, cool Keyblades. Kind of it.
However, we do get to wield an umbrella, and that does bring it up a couple notches.
That's not a
Exactly.
Keyblade.
I'm gonna be real with you.
It has a snail.
I'm gonna be real with you. I didn't even know that half of them had names until like way later because I always just referred to them as whatever gear they were attached to. I didn't know
Yeah.
that all of
Yeah.
those Keyblades actually had names.
Not gonna lie, I cannot name Days Keyblades like that.
Me neither.
Darker than dark. Abyssal presence. And
Clark
you just
would
have to
know all
say
of them.
dark word plus
Alright.
dark word, and then you'll get it. That's all
I mean,
you
I
gotta
know Missing Ache because that one was in,
do.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drop.
Because
I got
Ventus
Dream
had
Drop,
it.
Union Cross.
Here's my hot take for Keyblades. I actually think 3 might have the worst Keyblades design.
I know.
Oh.
It might be
No,
up there
no,
for
no, no.
me.
Let's hear it. Let him defend himself.
Okay. Now,
I don't think we can.
this
upload
is going to be
video
kind of
anymore.
contradictory to my personality and what I like about Kingdom Hearts. Like, I love the Disney aspect of it, but I kind of think they're a little too much for me. Like, I don't know. Like look at what's is hype. I know the transformation's Hyper Hammer. I forget the Keyblade. Favorite Deputy.
Infinity
Favorite
Edge.
Deputy is arguably
I always
one of the worst.
preferred.
That
I always
Keyblade
preferred
is
its Japanese name, to be honest. Infinity Badge.
Yeah,
I have a better name.
I'll actually go out on a limb and say I kind of agree with you. I
Well-
do think the KH3 Keyblades are kind of, I wouldn't say
I don't
bad.
think-
I just say kind of mid.
There's too
I don't
much.
think-
I don't think I like most of the world Keyblades aside from Counter Shield.
Wheel of Fate and Nano Gear
Wheel of
are
Fate's
my
is-
top ones.
Those are
Wheel
top
of
tier.
Fate is really
Wheel of
good.
Fate's Yeah, Wheel of Fate's good. I'll give Wheel of Fate and Heroes Origin. Those will be my 2 for the Disney.
I
What
think
about
Heroes Origin-
what about Happy Gear?
I mean, it's okay. I mean, it's not bad. I like the hilt a
I'll
lot.
take okay.
but I'm not a fan of like the teeth of it, really, like the top portion
Of
of
it
the
being
Keyblade.
like a
Yeah.
little grabby claw.
I mean,
Yeah.
no, I kind of agree with you though that like some of the KH3 Keyblades are kind of over designed. Like they feel like they just kind of like slapped a bunch of like references onto them and called it a design.
Yeah.
Like
And
like
I
Mm.
think part
Favorite-
of the reason that is happening is because of how they do the transformations, and it's literally
Yeah.
animating out the blade. So like
Yeah.
they use every piece of it for the transformations, and I can kind of understand that, but that's what I like about them personally.
I mean,
That's understandable. Perfectly understandable.
I will say like KH3 also has some top tier Keyblade designs, and not just like Ultima, which is amazing, and like the original ones. But I will say, what is it? Classic Tone, the freaking like Mickey Mouse Clubhouse squeaky hammer keyblade. I freaking love that thing.
That one is pretty good.
No, the sound design of the Keyblades are great. When I add sound
Yeah,
designs
absolutely.
into it, I will not say they're the worst, but
I do
just
think
design wise, they're like up there.
Oh no,
I-
even the design on that one, I don't know why. It's just so hilarious. Like it's dumb,
Mhm.
but it's meant to be dumb, and I love it.
That's a fun.
It's goofy.
Keyblade.
It's
Oh.
fun. They had a lot of fun with it. You can tell.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think I do think 3 has the best ultimate weapon. I would definitely give it that. It's
Definitely.
3, and then like 2 is a
Oh.
close contender for second.
Yeah, no question. 3's
My
Ultima is the
only
best one.
thing with 3's Ultima is that I do wish it was just because the other ones were kind of that bluish yellow.
Yeah, but that's what I
Yeah.
like about it, is that it's a different color.
I like.
Well, I mean,
I just wanted it to finish up the series.
They have
with
been
the new
changing the color for each numbered titles. Like Kingdom Hearts 1 was like a gold, 2 was
Yeah.
blue, or 3 is red.
Well, they've kind of been matching
It's
it
not
to his
bad.
outfits more. That's
It's
kind of
nice.
how I've been viewing it a little bit. Like Sora's KH2 outfit's a little more bluish.
Oh, that's
Two-
true.
Two's
Wow.
outfit's a little bit more
Ah.
blue. I mean, it is reaching a little bit, but like, there's a
You
little
know,
correlation. That's a
But this
little.
is Kingdom Hearts. Reaching is what we do around here.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
right. You're definitely right about that one. I don't know.
I
Sora's
just want-
KH1 design probably has more yellow than like the others, and that's only because of the shoes being more big.
I just
Maybe
want
that's why the
KH,
yellow's there.
I just want KH4's Ultima to be based off of what like Yazora's like Keyblade steel sword. I want something
Oh,
like
yeah.
that for
Yeah,
Oh, that would be
that'd
cool.
So sick. All right, so I guess going back to you saying earlier that like KH3 had some like really hype moments. There was like one moment in particular that I remember. It wasn't even at like the Keyblade graveyard. It was just there's this one moment in the game where I literally like audibly jumped up and yelled like, "They did the thing!" And it was when Sora went to the Realm of Darkness to save Aqua and Riku, and they did the combined Keyblade from Dream Drop Distance.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That whole segment was so good to me because Sora.
Mhm.
Do you see Sora's entrance in like the Realm of Darkness?
It was so good.
Oh, no, they-
man.
Such a bad.
Bro pulled off the superhero landing.
I feel like they've been making Sora more like heroic lately. If that
No,
makes
but like
sense.
he
It's
does the
a-
superhero
it's a-
landing. And he's just like, I made it. I'm
Yeah,
here.
it's so great.
I made it.
He
I'm
didn't
here.
even know
Casually
if he would
breaks
make it or not. It's the
Yeah.
funniest part.
I will say the only thing that disappoints me about that whole sequence is you see the cutscene where Sora's holding the Master Defender, but then when it switches to the battle, he just desummons it and summons his regular
Bro,
That's the only
Keyblade.
weird
I-
thing. I don't know why they didn't just give you a
They're
Master
so
Defender
dirty for
Keyblade.
it.
That would have been so sick if you got to use
I
it like
so
just for
badly-
that one fight.
Yeah, even just for that one fight, but I really wanted to get Sora to have Master's Defender for the rest of the game. That would have been so cool.
It would have been. Aqua
But
has
But
another
the-
Keyblade, bro.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the argument is Aqua still needed her Keyblade because she didn't get her Rainfelt back until Remind.
So it's a weird sequence, you know. Like they shouldn't have like baited you like that.
But,
Yeah.
like, you know, they already have the form changes and abilities for Master Defender programmed in because of Aqua. So it's like, it would have been cool to just get to use it as Sora for, like, that one fight.
Mhm.
Yeah, would have been nice. I don't know. I mean, how do you guys feel about Kingdom Hearts 3's Disney Worlds personally?
We talked
I like
about
them a
this,
lot.
I do believe, a little bit, but there's a lot to like and there's a lot to dislike. It's really how it is, I think. But yeah, I just love the feeling of the worlds for the most part, barring Arendelle.
Nobody likes Arendelle for good reason.
I like
I actually like Arendelle. I'm not
Thank
gonna-
you.
My argument for Arendelle stands. I do not like that it's all the same. Like, you know, if you did one
If
of
they-
those things of how, like they do the where they take like the colors from a movie and then like you see how it gradients. For Arendelle, it will just be blue, white, blue, white, blue, white, different shade of blue.
They
blue,
could have
white,
done
blue,
so
blue.
much more with Arendelle. That's my problem with it.
That's
Because
what I
they
said, some of the other
they kind of
worlds
just
do-
sat on gold.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
have at least liked
I
to visit
agree.
the Castle Town. Like,
Yeah, that's fair.
I think Arendelle, I don't hate the world as much as other people do. Like, I do, like, if you say it's the worst world in Kingdom Hearts 3, even though I personally like it, I'm not gonna say that's, like, the craziest hot take in the world, right? Personally, my least favorite world in 3 is probably San Fran. And I still like San Fran. I think 3's worst world is better than, like, 80% of Kingdom Hearts worlds. That's my argument.
That's fair
and
enough.
you
I
can
can't
argue
against that, yeah.
you can argue story semantics and whatnot, and if you want to add those towards, I can understand that, right? Because I'm not going to sit here and say a lot of worlds before were bad in Kingdom Hearts. I like that makes up a majority of the Kingdom Hearts games. So if I'm saying that kind of questions how I feel about the series, to be honest. But
yeah, I have. Go ahead. Sorry.
no, you're fine. Go ahead.
Okay. I have a very passionate defense of KH3's Disney worlds because there's so many people who go out and call them like they served no purpose, they were useless, whatever. They were very much character development for Sora.
Oh yeah.
Exactly.
Namely, like a lot of them, or most if not all of them, deal in some way with love, and like
And death.
love is used so much in Kingdom Hearts 3. Like just the word is said a lot in KH3. And death, yeah, but I think it ultimately is what makes Sora go after Kairi at the end of the game, rather than like playing it safe and you know.
Yeah. I think we talked about this before, but with at Kingdom Hearts 3, all the worlds feel like a through line, right? Yeah, like nothing feels like filler, really. You know, even Arendelle, where a lot of that world felt like filler, and I have to agree with San Francisco as well. Even though I loved running up and down this high.
Story's great. Gameplay is my issue with that world.
Running up and down a skyscraper made me feel like, okay, this might be the closest we get to Sora in New York fighting with Spider-Man. I'm going to enjoy this.
Hey, you never know.
Never know. It's possible, but man, I'm just gonna take where I can get where I can. But yeah, even though some bits of the world are a little bit more filler, but the actual story, like the progress of Sora going through these worlds, none of it felt like filler. Like, you know, it felt like Sora needed to visit to all of these worlds in order to like continue to grow.
Sora's character development in general is something that's I feel like people didn't appreciate as much until Kingdom Hearts 3, weirdly enough. I'd say that's one of the biggest positives that came out of KH3. Very commonly before 3 came out, people would often call Sora a one-dimensional character.
Is this where we plug Biox's Psychology of Sora eps?
Yeah. That video is great. Like,
it's amazing. But
like, Sora is not one-dimensional at all. Like, Sora has, I'm not wrong, he's definitely has that classic, like, I guess shonen pro tag, like he's going to save the day sort of thing. But I would argue the reason he's one of my favorite characters in fiction is because it's a lot more like in depth than that. Like Sora, there's a common thing that Sora is just willing to like risk himself for just anyone, when that's not really true, if I'm being honest with you. Sora only risks himself for people he has a clear relationship with. Otherwise, he's not, I don't know, he'll kind of just go the other way. He'll turn the cheek a little bit, especially in earlier Kingdom Hearts games. But back to 3's world. My thing with Arendelle is that world's. I definitely am very disappointed in that world. That world was actually my most wanted world in Kingdom Hearts 3. I don't know if like it's weird to say this or not, but Frozen. I don't know. I love Frozen. Frozen. Up until like very recently, actually, was probably a top 10 Disney movie for me. I love Frozen, not gonna lie. That world was my most wanted world in the game, and it did not quite deliver, but I think that world has some of the best gameplay in Kingdom Hearts 3. Whenever I'm doing level 1 playthroughs, or even just a casual playthrough, that world's always the most fun to go through. Skull is one of the best big bosses in Kingdom Hearts, in my opinion. The Heartless designs are great. That world probably has some of the best Heartless in the game in 3 period. And well, I admit, I understand some people complain about the level design. And what I think the main thing that world is missing is the town. I think the town would have been just what that world needed. For the most, like for the mountain, it kind of falls like the Frozen movies. Literally, though, I saw videos of people complaining when the game first came out that it's just you going up and down the mountain. I'm not gonna lie, that's quite literally what Anna does in Frozen. Like that. No, it is. That's literally what Anna literally goes up the mountain, gets thrown down with Marshmallow, goes back up, and then like goes to the town. Like that's the movie of Frozen right there.
I will say I like
problem. I think the problem with Arendelle, sorry for interrupting,
No, it's
but
fine.
I just want to get this off my chest. I think the problem with Arendelle and Kingdom Hearts 3 is the fact that there is a big difference between how it happens in Kingdom Hearts 3 versus how it happens in the movie. Because in the movie, there's a lot of there's a lot of characters and dialogue and exchanges, while in Kingdom Hearts 3, it's kind of like you meet Anna and Kristoff once, but then they're gone in a flash. So that it doesn't feel like it feels like Sora is being shoehorned into the movie rather than being a natural part of it, like
That's
in
a-
other worlds.
That's a very good argument. Because like the story sucks. That's my issue with the world. The story's
Yeah.
terrible. That's the reason I think that world was disappointing for me. Because I felt like there was a lot of potential in Arendelle's story, and I'm not gonna sit here and say they cut story, but they probably did. I don't know what they cut.
Like,
The
game
story
theory is a
feels
theory.
sorry again, but the story feels chopped. Like they
Yeah.
had an original
it's not
idea,
there.
and Disney was like, "No, go with the movie so that we could put the song in, and forget to take out the stock image piece, so that
Yeah.
everybody can laugh at us."
What?
No, I was gonna say the thing I really liked about Arendelle as a world was just having Marshmallow as a party member, because I
that
feel
was
like
fun, yeah.
they could have
Yeah.
gone
Pretty
like
fun.
they could have gone like the really like easy and cheap route and just had it be like Anna or Olaf or something. But like having it actually be Marshmallow, I was like, okay, that's kind of a fun and unexpected pick. I kind of like that.
I will say, we saw Sora trade hands with Davy Jones. I wanted to see him sock hands at any point in time. That's what I feel like we lacked. If Sora ran up and just decked the crap out of Hans, then we would definitely
10 out of
it would have
10.
went
That
up.
would
Yeah,
have been great.
yeah.
10 out of 10.
Just like runs up and he's
Let
like,
the
bro,
Zora
what is
deck
your
Hans."
deal? And he's just like,
I will give Arendelle's story one piece of credit. I do actually think the cutscene, the interaction Sora has with Anna is amazing, and
Mhm.
stuff like that actually happens a decent bit throughout KH3, which is commonly undermined. But I love that Sora compares Anna and Elsa's relationship to how he was feeling with Riku at the end of Kingdom Hearts 1, and kind of that uncertainty with their friendship, and kind of like how Riku was, I don't know, he felt like he didn't belong, so he kind of kept himself behind the door and whatnot. And he compared that to how Elsa might potentially be feeling. And then he used that, like, that comparison, that correlation, to then confidently tell Anna that, like, you know, he thinks they'll be all right. Which, you know, that could be a simple interaction to a lot of people, but I think that's something that takes a lot of character for Sora to have, because that's not something he used to always do. And like,
yeah.
something I'll commonly always say Sora is great at, what makes Sora's character so cool to me, is his emotional intelligence, which isn't something he just kind of has naturally. It's something he's developed throughout the series.
Well, yeah,
Something
and
that
earlier,
showcased, especially in 3.
I
because,
think,
like an earlier game. Oh, go ahead, Lane.
I was gonna say, I think a thing that a lot of people undermine about Sora, and you know, I'm sorry because I know you were saying before, John, that like, oh, I kind of blew up Twitter with my Sora Smash tweet.
Yeah.
But it's one thing that a lot of people undermine about Sora, is that he is a Disney character.
Yeah.
And so him kind of being able to compare his life experiences and his insecurities, his troubles, his life experience with these other Disney characters. All these people, like, all the people who like to say, oh, Kingdom Hearts can survive without the Disney stuff. I'm like, no, it's part of the identity of the series, guys.
Yeah. And like, we've seen it. Like, if anything that Kingdom Hearts can survive without is the Final Fantasy stuff.
Yeah.
We had a whole game. Granted, I would love to have him in there still, but
Yeah.
we saw it. As much as I would have loved to run around with, let's be honest, we all wanted to fight Sephiroth again. We wanted to take that
Yeah.
ultimate weapon to him. But at the end of the day, it's a Disney game with Final Fantasy as a guest star.
Yeah, I don't want to like devalue or like diminish anyone else's experiences when it comes to Cage. I understand, and even though I'm not the biggest Final Fantasy fan, to be honest, my only relationship with Final Fantasy is with 7. That's the only like games I've really played, and a little bit of 15. I've obviously had to do a lot of like research, and I've been around the 15 fan base for long enough. But I think they both need to exist together to like kind of capture what Kingdom Hearts is for a lot of people, because I don't think one fandom should be prioritized over the other, because it's clear Final Fantasy fans are pretty satisfied. I don't think a lot of Final Fantasy fans expect Kingdom Hearts to be full Final Fantasy. I think a lot of the time when people say that, it's usually in retaliation, even though that's not what'll just satisfy them. Because a lot of people were satisfied with how Kingdom Hearts 2 did it, with how Kingdom Hearts 1 did it. And to be honest, the way those games did wasn't even that much. I mean, past the opening of Kingdom Hearts 1 and Olympus, you're not really seeing Final Fantasy characters in the story or in the game too much. But it's significant enough to the point where, like, it's cool. It's like that X factor that Kingdom Hearts has. Like, oh man, I'm in this Disney world. I'm here with Donald and Goofy. Wait, hold up. There's Sephiroth. Like that. That's cool. That's what Kingdom Hearts is. But I think removing Disney entirely, for me personally, that's a big no-no, because Disney's a big reason I even got into Kingdom Hearts in the first place. So it definitely would be a big reason, a big takeaway from the series for me. I don't think Kingdom Hearts can't survive without Disney. I think it can't survive permanently without Disney. So, like, for example, 0.2 is a game I could use. 0.2 is a game that they had every reason under the sun to not put Disney in that game, and they still did. Like, even though it's under the super dark and edgy aesthetic, technically all the worlds were in 0.2, aside from that one basically hallway in the Realm of Darkness, and the ending was a themed dark version of a Disney world. But that game probably had the least Disney a Kingdom Hearts game has had. Like, technically speaking, you could put the mobile games in there as well if you really want to. But
technically, the Kingdom Hearts title with the least Disney in it would probably be Back Cover, as that has none.
Yeah, that's not a game, but yeah,
it's not
not a game, but yeah.
But that's why I said title.
Yeah, true. But I don't know. Disney definitely needs to be in Kingdom Hearts. It's that X factor similar to Final Fantasy. And yeah, Disney. There's a lot more Disney than there is Final Fantasy, but the Disney part of Kingdom Hearts is extremely important. Like, not everyone is only here for the story. Not everyone here is only here for the gameplay. I think that's kind of been the tricky thing to tackle with Kingdom Hearts over the years for the devs even as well. Kingdom Hearts has grown so big, and you have so many different aspects of the series that people have attached themselves to. They've put themselves in a position where it's hard to satisfy everyone, but it's not impossible. And I don't know. I just hope they handle it right in the future.
Well,
It's a touchy topic.
Well, this is how I see it, and this is that Kingdom Hearts is like the Disney aspect, and this is part of the reason why they can't get rid of it. Is the Disney is the hook. I mean,
it is.
You come for the Disney worlds to explore, your favorite Disney movies, but you stay for the story when you get invested in the characters and you get invested in the world and you get invested in the story. And it's like, the Disney worlds, then they become, they're still the hook. They're still, oh man, Disney, I can't wait to see what worlds are going to be in the next game. But,
and Disney is more is a bigger thing than Final Fantasy. It's more recognizable than Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
to a larger audience.
Yeah, because
like kids don't grow up watching Final Fantasy X. They grow up watching stuff like Mickey Mouse and Toy Story and whatnot. That's because that's what we've all grown up on that stuff, right?
Yeah. Because when I got the first Kingdom Hearts game, I knew nothing of Final Fantasy.
Same.
I didn't know who Cloud was. To this day, I look at Squall Lionheart and I go, Leon. It will never leave my brain. I will never refer to him as Squall properly. His name is Leon, and I cannot fix that in my brain. Because
for the longest time, I actually thought that was his name that he went by in his game.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't know anything about Final Fantasy, so I thought Waka and Titus and Yuffie and Cloud. It's like I thought they were just Kingdom Hearts characters.
Well, that's what
Same.
Jiminy's Journal. That's how I learned. It was Jiminy's Journal saying came from Final Fantasy X, came from Final Fantasy VII, and then eventually I picked up Final Fantasy X was my first one from there, and then I had a huge fondness for Titus. I was like, ooh, maybe he'll show up as a more important character later on, and he will never do that. I'm now satisfied with that. That will never happen. We will never see that boy, him or Waka. But for the first game, I felt that Final Fantasy was a part of the DNA quite a bit, whereas Disney was the main part of the DNA, but the extra sprouts of everything, that was Final Fantasy. But I feel like as the series has grown on, definitely Final Fantasy is not the hook part. Absolutely.
So,
It is
and I'm going to say
definitely
this.
Disney.
This is about Kingdom Hearts 2 specifically, but everybody always talks about Cloud and Sephiroth in Radiant Garden and Kingdom Hearts 2. But there's something I want to point out, and that is when Kingdom Hearts 2 released. And also the designs of specifically Cloud and Tifa.
Advent Children.
They basically were advertising Advent Children with Kingdom Hearts 2, guys.
Yeah. Hold up. I gotta look this up. Hold
It
on.
worked. I bought the
Final-
movie.
I did too. Final Fantasy Advent Children came out 2005. Kingdom Hearts. Nope, that's Kingdom Hearts 2.
H2 initially released on December 22nd, 2005 in Japan.
Okay. All right. And then, no, technically, Advent Children came out September 14th, 2005.
It could still be an advertisement for it because
Oh,
it's
absolutely. 'Cause
still,
I didn't, yeah, I did not know. Yes. And also, it is because of Kingdom Hearts that Sephiroth has this iconic one wing.
well,
If memory serves,
no,
he did not
no.
have it. Oh.
no, he had it in Advent Children.
He technically had that in 7 as well, part of his final boss fight design. But
wasn't the
that one's
black one.
weird because, yeah.
No, that's what
It
I'm saying.
wasn't.
Is that in Final Fantasy, in Kingdom Hearts 1, he had the black wing.
I think
Yeah,
it
but
comes
the-
from his theme, though, One Winged Angel.
Well, no, it comes from the Genova DNA inside of him because he's part of. If you know, you know. But that's why he's got the one wing. Because if you play Crisis Core as well, you'll find that Angeal and Genesis also have the same thing. Because they were also experiments, just like Sephiroth was.
We're doing a lot of Googling, but I feel like we lost John.
No, I'm here. It's fine. I'm here.
Well, see, okay. So
I'm just a
Crisis
guest.
Core didn't
It's all-
come
it's all
out until
podcast.
2007. This is what I meant by Wall Scrub. So Crisis Core didn't come out until 2007. Like I said, I'm pretty certain that him with a wing was not a thing until with a single wing as his default, right? Not his final form, but as his default was not a thing until Kingdom Hearts 1. The wing was added then as part of him and his cloak. Somebody fact check me while I fact check myself. But yeah, like I said, I distinctly remember that being a thing. Somebody.
When did Sephiroth's human form first appear with one wing? The next time Sephiroth
And
appears in
just
his human form
ask
again was
Siri on the recording.
No, he's right.
I'm right. Yes, of course I'm right. I never doubted myself in my. But yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Is that Kingdom Hearts? It just took a character, already extremely, because Sephiroth was already an extremely popular character in the Final Fantasy space prior to Kingdom Hearts. That's why Sephiroth and Cloud appeared in the first game. But took an already popular character and changed that character's design for every appearance following that. Because even Smash has one wing.
Yeah, well, and again, he did have the one wing in his safer Sephiroth form at the final boss fight, but that was also his transformation. But yes, him appearing in human form with the one black angel wing was his first appearance was in Kingdom Hearts 1. You are correct.
Yeah, because even safer Sephiroth, the one dark wing was his art. I'm looking at the picture right now, that's how I know. But yeah, it was not it wasn't a Raven Black Angel wing. It's more mechanical looking. But yeah, in its original, very blocky PlayStation, was it 1 appearance? I never played the original, that's why
It was on the PS1.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, it has it has a much more mechanical looking, more purple and red and gold design. So yeah. And honestly, his head kind of makes me think of Arceus from Pokemon, but that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, so Kingdom Hearts changed the trajectory of a design for a incredibly popular character.
Yeah, one of the most iconic character designs in the entire Final Fantasy franchise.
Yeah, granted, yeah. They didn't change Cloud's. Yeah, Cloud wearing Vincent's design didn't stick, even though I think that is still the coolest looking design Cloud.
It really is.
Fun fact: there's actually a reason why Cloud showed up in Vincent's outfit in KH1. Do you know the reason?
Because they didn't want two edgelords.
No,
well, no, they wanted to use Vincent, right? That was the original plan.
Nomura wanted to use Vincent. Disney said that Vincent was like too edgy because of his guns, and so Nomura added Cloud instead of Vincent. But in kind of an act of defiance, he put Cloud in Vincent's outfit.
Nice.
And let's be honest, Kingdom Hearts is nothing but Nomura acting acting out, because Kingdom Hearts 4 Baron Rex is all about him being. Let's be honest. But and what's funny is they always had trouble with guns after that too, because they changed up a lot of the gun stuff in Kingdom Hearts 2, right?
Yes, in the English version of Kingdom Hearts 2, they censored the guns that the pirates would wield into crossbows.
And then they changed the reticle of Zigbar when he was
They did. They changed the reticle, although interestingly, when Final Mix launched in English, they re-added him combining his two arrow guns into a sniper. Because that got removed from the original release of the English version of Kingdom Hearts 2. He never did the sniper combination in English in the vanilla KH2.
And then and I bet you, in like very early concept, I bet you Yuzora used a regular gun instead of like this handheld crossbow. I bet you that was probably original design. But Nomura's like, I don't want to keep editing this crap.
Well, what's interesting is I think they've actually loosened up a bit, because if you look at Kingdom Hearts 3, Jack Sparrow's character design, he's got two pistols slotted into his coat.
I think he had it in...
I don't know if he had two.
Oh, you're a little staticky there, Ben.
They've definitely loosened up though, because they just, I don't know, over time I think they've just learned, they just started trusting like Nomura and the team over there with like Kingdom Hearts. They're like, yeah, they know what they're doing. We got it.
I mean, it says a lot when they let Nomura like make Xemnas choke slam Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. I think nowadays when it comes to Disney Worlds, and I'd say this is the concern for Worlds in the future with Disney's involvement, is before I don't know if a lot of people know this in terms of like the production of Disney Worlds, but usually the way Kingdom Hearts Worlds work, if that team that made the movie is still available, like still around, they contact the team to help them with the world, you know, get references, like try to make it as authentic as possible. Which in most cases, in most Kingdom Hearts games, those teams are not really around. So in that case, Square kind of has free reign. They just follow the basic Disney guidelines for Worlds. Obviously, like blood and I don't know, the basic Disney stuff, the basic Disney censorship. But since they're doing a lot of newer movies nowadays, and those teams are available. Like the teams that worked on like Frozen and like Tangled and Big Hero 6, they're very much still around. Those directors are still around. Shoot, when those worlds were revealed, you saw the director Roy Conley there, right? They're working directly with those teams. So the worlds are starting to become a lot more down to the relationship between the director and the Kingdom Hearts team than like vice versa.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that when it came down to Frozen, the Frozen director, there's a lot of stuff with the Frozen director people don't like. I don't know. I'm sure that like that team was probably the more picky team when it came to like Kingdom Hearts.
I do know that the Pixar team, like they were incredibly like they basically wanted to make sure that Sora's visit was canon to the events of was Monstropolis and Toy Box.
Yeah.
So they, I remember reading something from Pixar saying, yeah, they made sure that okay, this is when Sora and them can visit. This is how it makes sense in our world and in your world. Basically.
I think it's just because the philosophy behind writing and creating worlds is probably a lot more similar between Pixar and Square than it is like classic Disney and Square.
Yeah.
Pixar is a lot more like, or typically, I don't know about recent Pixar, but Pixar, typically speaking, is a lot more on the creative and kind of like outgoing side in terms of they're going to, I don't know, they'll try the crazy ideas and like the super hard hitting stuff. Disney will try to, they want everything to be commercial usually. But despite that though, I'm still excited for like future Disney worlds. Most of my favorite Disney movies are like the classic, well not the classic ones, but are the Disney movies, not the Pixar movies. Which, speaking of, what are your guys' favorite Disney movies?
Treasure Planet, Atlantis,
Lion King.
Treasure Planet's a good one. I think
Really good one.
I think my favorite Disney movie, Disney Pixar, is WALL-E.
I mean,
WALL-E.
if we're counting Pixar, probably just the Toy Story franchise. If I had to go with like just pure Disney, oh man, I have no idea.
There's a lot of good ones with Disney. It's tough.
Let's go my both. I'm not gonna. I'm a very. I love the new age Disney movies a lot. I'd say my top 2 Disney movies though. Well, I have a top 3. They're all like very close together, like pixels apart from each other, interchanging. It'd be Moana, Encanto, and Atlantis: Lost Empire. Those are like my
Those are
3
good ones, yeah.
Disney
All right.
Yeah, they are. Those are good ones.
Notice though, commenters, that none of us have said or will ever say Cars.
Hey, I like Cars.
I mean, a hot take. I think Cars sucks. I think the whole Cars franchise sucks.
The first one was all right.
First one. I used to like the first one. I think the first one's mid too. I'm sorry.
All right, but no,
My
this
nephew
actually
loves
does,
them.
This does lead me into another question though, John, and that is, what world, if you could just pick one Disney world that you want to see the most in Kingdom Hearts
Moana.
4? All right, easy
That
answer.
was it. Yeah,
Easy answer.
I do
We
think.
are,
well,
like-
yeah.
I was just gonna say we are just over an hour now, so just so y'all we're on the time frame.
See, timekeeper dollar.
Yep.
But I would say I feel like Moana is probably one of the ones that are on the fast track to be a Kingdom Hearts world. Like it even fits very well.
Should
in
be.
my
They have
opinion.
three. They have 3 missing princesses, so she should be one of them.
Well, and I mean,
I think-
literal heart is one of the like main MacGuffins of the movie, the heart of
Yeah.
Te Fiti. So
The movie is quite literally Cage one. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you took
Yeah.
away the Square aspect of like Kingdom Hearts 1's like basic story, like the whole story of the one does now, that's Moana. Like going to the outside world, going beyond the water, seeing what's out there. Basically darkness consuming the islands. Like, I don't know. That story is quite
oh yeah,
close to Kingdom Hearts 1. I love it.
and teaming up with Maui would be so sick.
That would be extremely sick.
I wonder if they could actually get Dwayne Johnson to like do the voice acting.
I mean, the rules. Well, see, I don't know. Dwayne Johnson's got some weird stuff in his contracts, but one good thing about this video is that all original actors have first dibs. So if they do make put Moana in, Rock has first dibs on being Maui.
Yeah, I mean, I would love it if he did it, but at the same time, I know he's probably extremely expensive, and if they couldn't get Tom Hanks to do Woody, then I don't see how they'd be.
Hear me
They
out.
probably wouldn't.
If there was ever a song I wanted to hear in a Kingdom Hearts film, it's You're Welcome and Shiny.
Shiny.
I just want I want a boss fight with Tamatoa, but he's just singing his song in the background. and
That
that's
is
just
the battle theme.
music.
Yeah. I mean, have Yoko do like a battle remix of Shiny.
Please.
That was so sick.
She can do it. She can do it. If she can make the Disney theme, the Mickey Mouse theme sound epic, she can do anything.
I think something I want to. I have like a dilemma with what I want for future Kingdom Hearts worlds because I love Sora so much, so it's hard for me to like let go of like wanting to see Sora in like a Moana world or a Star Wars world or just whatever worlds I want in the future. But I also do think a good move for Kingdom Hearts to build its other characters to get them close to Sora in terms of just being recognizable and whatnot. This will especially help characters like Kairi, and I don't think Riku needs it, but it wouldn't hurt. But going to some Disney worlds with those characters would definitely benefit them, especially Kairi. Kairi visiting other princesses' worlds, I think, would be great because she's basically a very unique Princess of Heart who also wields a Keyblade, which I hope they explore that. She has like potential to just be like this broken Keyblade wielder, being a Princess of Heart and a Keyblade wielder.
We need a Kairi game.
Yeah,
the real one.
It was Melody of Memory, bro.
That's why I said a real one.
Yeah, all right, we need a damn Prodigy now.
I think a good world for Kairi to visit would be Raya and the Last Dragon. I think that would be a very good subject for her to discover.
Could be good too.
That's like
Kanto would be great.
I think you saying that is literally the first time I've heard anyone even mention Raya and the Last Dragon since that movie came out.
Me and my sister watched it a couple of days ago, and as I was watching it, I'm thinking they literally have these demonic creatures made out of shadows
Princess
that are
of
repelled
Hearts,
by a light crystal, and it's like Raya is technically a princess too. She could be a princess of Hearts. Just like it, there's pieces that fall into line when you watch a Disney movie that make you think and say things like this belongs in a Kingdom Hearts game, you know?
Yeah.
And Raya and the Last Dragon just has those things.
Yeah, I mean, I will say when I was watching Moana, I was definitely getting the feelings of like, okay, if this was a Kingdom Hearts world, like this is a level, this is a fight, this is like part of it. Like,
I wonder if, like, as time goes on, like, how many people working on Disney movies are thinking of that too? Be like, oh, this is going to show up in Kingdom Hearts game. You know, like,
it's going to happen more and more as time goes on.
I mean, if we've already got people sneaking in Kingdom Hearts references into Superman cartoons, I mean,
I think what we're seeing right now in animation, and this is going to like have a trickle down effect over the years, and it's going to probably continue to happen in Disney movies. So I'd say people should probably get used to Kingdom Hearts references. Maybe not even just Kingdom Hearts specifically, but just, you know, more fun references. Because what's happening is a lot of those kids who grew up in like the 2000s, like late 90s, who wanted to grow up to be animators or game designers, a lot of them probably played Kingdom Hearts. It's one of the highest selling games on PS2. They probably have a lot of nostalgia with that and whatnot. So you're seeing those people, you know, putting that into their shows they're animating for. So yeah. I think that's going to happen more and more down the line.
Yeah, I still have to remind myself that Kingdom Hearts is not this niche thing that I keep thinking it is. It's like, no, it has grown far beyond that now.
There's honestly a decent argument that has never been niche. It's just the internet community was, because the games have been selling for a minute. Like Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, actually, Kingdom Hearts 1 I think is like the 10th best-selling game on PS2. And I think Kingdom Hearts 2 is not far behind it, like number 13 or 14 or something.
13.
It's one of those numbers, but it's like very Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2.
It's either 7, 13, or 20. That's the only option.
I mean, I will say, I definitely think Kingdom Hearts, like, it was, like, I would never say it's been, like, niche, but it was definitely like smaller until like kind of around like the KH3 like hype cycle. That was when it like really started
That
getting
shook
from the
it
community
basically
end,
shook
yeah.
the tree. Yeah, it shook the tree and woke everybody up. It's like,
I-
hey,
I think a lot of those people who are like hyping up KH3 were kind of just in the background for a long time. Like, oh yeah, this game's coming out. And they will only pop up when the trailer came out. Watching. Most people aren't hyper analyzing trailers like us. Most people are probably just watching the trailer like, ooh, that looks cool. Then they go back to whatever game they're frequenting the most. Then 3 came out. Everyone actually played 3, and I don't know. His history kind of tells itself at that point. Like I don't know. I think just the internet community just naturally started getting more popular. People started realizing there was an internet community for Kingdom Hearts, and we just got, I don't know. We got into a car wreck a little bit.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think it's just kind of, I mean, if you want just blatant proof that Kingdom Hearts is no longer niche, I mean, Sora being the most requested fighter in Smash.
Yeah.
There you go.
yeah.
There you go. Won the Smash ballot, and by the way, in Smash 4, in the most popular fighting game of all time. So,
And it's still fun to play, even though we've talked about particular gripes on that. But God, that's still a dream. Like, you know, it even like I watched back some
earlier
people's
today,
reactions.
actually.
Yeah, it's just mad. I still like sit there and cry a little bit. Like I didn't even, I still think it's not true. Sometimes
It's like I still can't believe it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I every like few weeks I go and watch a bunch of reactions. Like I still love Sarah Key's reaction. Just
Oh
'cause
my
she
God,
just
hers is, like,
screamed
my
at the top of her
favorite.
lungs.
Hers is like my favorite.
One of you mentioned Encanto earlier and how that would be a good role for Kairi.
Yeah.
I completely agree because I think thematically everything going on with Mirabelle in that game, you could make a lot of parallels to Kairi with that. Her like not really. I mean, technically it goes out the window with Kairi being a princess of heart a little bit, but just the whole idea of trying to overachieve but still coming up short. I think could have parallels to Kairi's character a little bit.
Yeah, well,
No,
and Kairi.
no. Yeah.
I was gonna say, and Kairi just kind of having this. We see it a bit in Melody of Memory too. I mean, she's kind of having like a bit of an identity crisis. That's why she's like, I want to go train with Aqua to, learn to be a proper Keyblade master. Like I think she's kind of realizing, especially after the events of Kingdom Hearts 3, where she's like, I basically died. I am basically the reason why Sora's now gone. Like, I have to get stronger. I can't be the reason why my friends get hurt. I can't be the reason why, people do these things.
Yeah, I've got to be the solution, not the problem.
There's a very interesting lore detail that I wonder how literal it is that Terranort said, saying that if you end up in a world neither of light or darkness, but somewhere on the other side, we have failed. And he was saying that to Kairi. I'm wondering if there's some sort of trigger. Like how in the Book of Prophecies, how Maleficent coming into Daybreak Town was a trigger for the calamity happening. I wonder if there's a trigger like that with Kairi going to Quadratum. And her not being there is like a good thing, quote, right now, but when she gets there, something crazy is about to happen.
See, I don't know.
It could be because she is a princess of light, so she is pure light going to a world without some, and the greater the light, the greater the shadow cast.
Yeah. The worst thing about that though is there is the KH4 trailer. There is so obviously darkness there, so I don't know if it's following Sora or something.
We know from even Kingdom Hearts 1, they said the Heartless will follow the Keyblade wherever it goes.
Yeah. So long as the Keyblade exists, therefore the Heartless exists. The Heartless can exist without the Keyblade, but the Keyblade cannot exist without the Heartless.
Yeah, the Heartless are drawn to it. So wherever Sora goes, the Heartless are going to follow him.
Maybe what's happening is Quadratum is an example of a world that's just kind of it doesn't have this literal light and darkness with these your Keyleth wielders, which are basically your light beings or light protectors, and the literal darkness that is heartless. Maybe it's more like normal in this normal world in Quadratum, quote, but maybe it gets infected with it or something. I don't know. Like, maybe they're going to bring that to that world.
Oh,
So-
well, I mean, I'll definitely say
Yeah.
the reaction of all of the citizens of Quadratum to the giant dark side showing up definitely indicates that they have never seen anything like that before. So,
And that's
Yeah,
what
that's
I
why
think,
someone was recording.
Can I
Yeah.
talk about how like those are some let's have that be like a ending topic. What how do y'all feel about Kingdom Hearts 4? Like, what was your initial reaction to Kingdom Hearts 4?
I think it looks amazing.
Big
I think it looks
monster.
amazing.
I
It was
want
like
more.
I watched that trailer at like 6 a.m. I had just woken up because I fell asleep during, like, I didn't pull an all-nighter for waiting for the event to end. I fell asleep, and then I'm just watching this and I'm just like completely speechless. Like,
Yeah, the
the
fact
seats were
that
like
they
on the
went,
stream, I'm like, what the fuck?
yeah, the fact that it's not even in the classic style that we're used to, not the Kingdom Hearts 2 engine, not Kingdom Hearts 3 engine. The fact that it's, this,
Entirely new.
yeah, it looks more like Final Fantasy 15. Yeah, that's what I had to compare it to in my brain. And
Yeah.
Sora in a brand new outfit that looks stylish, of course, not wearing gloves. Strelitzia showing up. And then a giant kaiju Darkseid shows up. Sora goes full hero mode, runs up there and just takes him out. Like, it is. Oh, it was cinematic. That is the best word for it. Is that it was cinematic. And then you cut to Donald and Goofy going through. I'm still presuming Hades. I'm still presuming that our friend died. We're gonna go through. We're gonna go meet up with Hades in the underworld to try and get the answer. That's my theory. I'm sticking to it. But they're in the Kingdom Hearts 3 style. So the fact that we have two different styles running concurrently is just I need more trailer.
The update to the Kingdom shader was very impressive.
I need more. That's
Yeah,
all.
I mean, to answer your question, I mean, yeah, I see the Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, and I'm blown away by how freaking gorgeous it looks, like, visually. I mean, and I'm just intrigued. I mean, I like theories. I like coming up with theories, but I also I know that no matter what I theorize might happen, the way Kingdom Hearts and Nomura just writes is that he's probably just gonna throw a curveball. So I'm kind of just along for the ride at this point. I'm kind of just like, hey, I'm just gonna see what happens. But just seeing where they're going with this, because it's like, you don't know where they're going with this at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. You're like, what? And so seeing Sora just wake up in like a hyper realistic, hotel, it's hyper realistic apartment building, and then you just see like, oh my god, he's in the real world. What? And then you see this giant heartless, and you're like, what is going on? And it looks so interesting, and I'm just like, man, I love Kingdom Hearts.
I'm very hyped for the story of Kingdom Hearts 4, for sure.
Yeah, because it's bringing, the ending of Kingdom Hearts 3 and the trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4 just leaves us all with a huge curiosity for what's to come. Like,
not even just 3. Union Cross and Dark Road stories
Oh,
are
yeah.
like some of the best things in Kingdom Hearts, and if that writing is translated to like the console games now, sign me up.
I just want Baldur to show up in Dead by Daylight because he was killing kids left and right. All right,
Bro, he was killing it.
Kingdom Hearts serial killer.
Bro
Yes,
was
he's the only
counting
one, man.
bodies. He was counting bodies. Like,
We're sitting there making these Kyrie's grandma theories, and then he's just killing everyone.
Gee, who are all these new characters? I wonder what they're important. Oh, they're dead. Okay.
That being said, I am upset that they all died because I thought they were really cool and I like to see how they would progress. However, if we go back and visit them now, there's not much you can do beyond a skeleton, so,
Go world.
Yeah.
Go world.
True.
Cocoa World. They could, and to be honest, they could also show up in Quadratum. I don't think they do. I feel like a lot of Quadratum's going to be left to specific characters, but
I think Quadratum's going to be almost entirely new stuff. I do.
I think Quadratum we're going to have obviously Valencia. I also think we're going to see, and I think this is where it's going to pay dividends to Luxord and Demonstry.
So I'm gonna. Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna come out with a hot take, and I'm gonna say this now. I don't think we're gonna find out very much about who Yozora is in Kingdom Hearts 4. I think they're gonna leave that as a mystery thread going.
Oh yeah,
going through this saga.
We'll
Kingdom
get more
Hearts
hints.
versus 13.
Like we're gonna get some hints, but they're not gonna just drop yep, this is who Yozora is and on us in Kingdom Hearts 4. I don't think that's gonna be cool.
Yeah. That I think a combination of that and who Master Masters is going to be a lot of what this saga is going to be about.
We are definitely not finding out the identity of the Master. I don't think we're even going to be fighting the Master in Kingdom Hearts 4.
Yeah. That's gonna be our Kingdom Hearts 6. That's gonna be against that's gonna be our final boss.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be fighting the Master, or if we do fight him, it's not the battle against him.
No, it's going to be a curb stomp if anything. If we get to play him, it's gonna be a fight that we're supposed to lose.
And I will also say I do think. Because everybody's like, oh, the Foretellers are going to be the new Organization 13, the new villains. I do think that based on what we've seen of the Foretellers and who they are as people, they don't really seem like they're bad people. They just seem like they're misguided. So I think this arc is going to be less about defeating the Foretellers and more about recruiting them and getting them on our side and being hey, let's figure this out together.
Yeah, maybe freeing them from their darknesses, or trying to convince them hey, there's the Masters is not right. This is the way we need to do things. And obviously, I do think there's going to be a lot more infighting amongst the Foretellers. That instead of what we see, because. With the organization, there wasn't a whole bunch of infighting, even though Axel went and killed them all. But there wasn't that much.
There wasn't that much infighting, except for the time where Marluxia tried to take over the whole thing. But we don't count that.
Yeah. But I mean, let's be honest. That wasn't the real organization, right? For the most part, everyone but Luxord was basically on board with the real organization.
Oh yeah, no. Most of the original organization weren't fit for the task, especially the one that tried to usurp the whole thing. By the way, let's put him in the new one.
Yeah, it works. but still, though, it didn't feel like any of them really were trying too hard. If that makes towards the end, whereas I definitely feel like Gula, Ira, they're going to go against Mushu and the Masters. Definitely. I feel like. Whereas I feel like obviously our final two contestants here are going to be the Masters and Lucio. Us converting Lucio is not on my Kingdom Hearts the Foreteller Saga big book. So if I'm wrong, it's Prodigy's fault. We're going back to that. We're cycling back around.
I was just not saying anything.
Hey.
It's just not said anything this whole time. And it's oh yeah, it's his fault.
Yeah, if I'm wrong, it's his fault.
All right. Well, it has been about an hour and a half. So yeah,
this is what happens when people ask me to get on podcasts.
Hey, no, it's no problem. It's no problem at all. But I will go ahead and wrap us up. So thanks for coming on, for hanging out with us. Did you have fun?
Yeah, it was very fun. Thanks for inviting me.
All right. Now, Latrix, slip them the $20. All right.
Only 20.
That wasn't the deal.
I charge
me.
20 per minute.
Excuse me, I'm the one who let you on my show. You should be paying me.
Yeah, but he's got the clout.
There's the cross promotion. What's that? I don't upload videos. What do you mean?
Who's
All right.
Prodigy?
Thank you so much for being here with us. This has been the Guiding Keys podcast. I've been Master Latrix. May your heart be your guiding key. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
He doesn't even let us say our names anymore.
Hi, I'm Clark.
We never did it at the end. We're okay.
We're side characters.
Get Craig out of here. It's okay.
You have been in every episode.
No, we were.
That's not true. I wasn't in the Reconnect episode.
Yeah.
Okay, we're ending the episode for real now. Bye, everybody.
Just made it like 20 minutes ago.
Dun da da da! Hi there! It's your trusty Chirithy, here to remind you to like, comment, and share this podcast with all your friends. Please remember to subscribe to the Keyblade Forge, join the Discord server, and visit the merch store at www.keybladeforge.com. Don't forget, your friends are your power, so make sure to pass this along. Until next time, may your heart be your guiding key.